Hello, everybody. This is Maya Zahira with PsychicProtectionSanctuary.com. And in today's mini lesson, I'd like to chat about some ideas for self-care, spiritual and personal self-care during stressful times, especially times that are stressful politically, globally, when it feels like the world is just wonky or your region or your area is under some stress. So part of healthy psychic protection is also about keeping yourself balanced and not freaking out and not overwhelmed and in a state of debilitating empathy where you're feeling the state of the world so deeply that you can barely think or function. And I actually had a couple of weeks recently where I was really feeling a lot of empathic energy of things going on in the world. And it did affect my mood, which when those kinds of things affect us, it's only human, it's only normal, but it also affects our ability to show up in the world and be of service and to actually help. If we're completely debilitated from all of the empathic sensitivity, everything that we're picking up on, if we're completely debilitated, then that's not good for you and it's not good for anybody. So we're going to just talk about some basic ideas. I guarantee these are things that you already know, but sometimes you just need to hear things over again from a friend or from someone who's trusted. So, 4 little tips, and if you're like me, I like to write things down and take notes, so grab a piece of paper if you want to. Okay, so you've probably already thought of this, but it needs to be said. First tip is to limit your exposure to news and social media. Now, I'm not saying that you have to put your head in the sand and not be informed. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that each of you are going to figure out how much news you need to watch. You don't need to be doom scrolling. I think I can safely say that you don't need to be doom scrolling for hours a day, or maybe even not even 30 minutes a day, right? So let's limit our exposure to social media and to news. And just for an example, I'm just going to share with you what I did recently. I did, a couple of weeks ago, I said, okay, I'm going to limit my time on social media. And I was more conscious of when I would log on and how much time I would spend. But I still found that it wasn't serving me. Previously, it was uplifting. I was watching funny videos and stuff, but now what was showing up on social media, they were things that may or may not have been correct or true, and these things were stressing me out as I would scroll, and I would just feel this like fear in my stomach, which is kind of the point. And I know it sounds really wacky to talk about mind control, but let's just face the reality that social media is filled with mind control. Okay. Mind control to get you to buy products, mind control to get you to feel a certain way. I mean, it's just a reality we need to face. So, I did not like how my social media interactions were making me feel. So I decided to remove all of my social media apps from my phone. And I did that yesterday, and what I noticed was last night when I got done working, I felt this urge to grab my phone and just scroll on Instagram And I don't do that for hours a day like some people, but I would do it for like maybe 10 minutes. And I was like, wow, that's a little bit of an addiction because I could feel the urge. And I said to myself, oh, thank goodness that I deleted those apps on my phone because now I don't have a choice. I don't feel motivated to pull it up on my computer. It was the phone thing that was messing with me. And then I have a news email that I'm signed up for so that every morning I can spend a few minutes reading the news from a very neutral source. And so I know if anything really big is happening, I will know about it. Otherwise, I don't need to be leaking energy through constant worrying and doom scrolling. So that's the first tip, is think about what you need to do in regard to news and social media. Now, I still log on to Facebook because that's where I have my paid group and my free group. So I log on to there, I do my thing, and then I don't really scroll very much on there anymore. So that's just an idea. Limit your news and your social media. Idea number 2 is to compassionately give yourself some perspective. And by this, I mean, just remind yourself that humanity throughout the ages has faced ups and downs. Like even in just the past century, let alone beyond that, humans have faced great adversities, major stresses. They've lived through hard times. They've survived. They've loved, and we're still here. Those were our ancestors. And so if we have that perspective, it reminds us that we're not alone. And this is not the only time that there's been stress for humanity on the planet. Okay. Tip number 3 is this reminder that I give myself with all sorts of things, not just global events, but this reminder that no matter what comes your way, you can handle it. And you might even write this down. No matter what comes your way, you can handle it because you are intelligent, innovative, insightful, and wise. You can handle this. And you can change the wording a little bit if you want to and turn that into an affirmation. Just to remind yourself every day, I can handle this. I can handle anything that comes my way. And here's why: because I'm intelligent, I'm innovative, insightful, and wise. I can handle this. I can handle anything. Okay. Final tip is more of an exercise, is homework for you to work on. I'd like to encourage you to think about what you might add or remove from your lifestyle or your schedule or your day. Okay. Remember that there will be times in your life where your self-care needs to be different than at other times. So what happened, I'll just give you another example. What happened with me a couple of weeks ago, I was feeling anxiety that I could not seem to shake. And I was trying to work. I was trying to do work with my psychic protection clients. And I still had this anxiety. Well, I already had a daily habit of meditating every morning. I live out in nature. And every morning at 7 a.m., I go out for 30 minutes and I meditate with my eyes open, and I spend time with nature. And after a couple of days, I thought about it and I realized, you know what? My self-care needs are different right now. And I need to be doing that twice a day. And so that's a whole hour. That's a whole hour out of my day. And I thought about how the old me, the previous me, from my old life that used to be such a type A personality. The previous me from, 15 plus years ago would have said, well, I don't have time for that. That's a lot of time. The me now that I've grown into that takes really good care of myself, I said to myself right then and there, this is non-negotiable. Like, this is a requirement that I have in order to do the work that I'm here to do. Your work might be different. Your work might be mothering children. It might be going to a job. It might be staying home, connecting with your neighbors. Whatever your purpose or your work or your livelihood might be, you have to fill your cup. You know that saying that everybody says, you can't give from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup. So for me, this is non-negotiable. I'm just made some minor adjustments to my schedule. And also I did have again, I wasn't spending hours on social media, but on my down times, I would have 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, where I would just be looking at cat videos or something on Instagram. And I've removed that. So remember what I said. What do you need to add or remove? Well, I took out social media, so that gives me a little more time to do the second round of meditation later on in the day. And guess what? Following that inner guidance that I felt that I needed to do that, it helped me to move out of that constant state of overwhelm and anxiety, to be more grounded and to feel better. For you, your extra self-care might be something different. It might be that you need to go running. It might need to be that you need to add more intense workouts at the gym, if that's your style. Maybe yoga or breath work or prayer, working with your holy book, whatever that might be for you. Writing in your journal. That is also something that I've started doing more of that has helped me, that on my day off, I spend some time writing. So think about, what is it that you need to do, keeping in mind that your self-care needs might alter during different times in your life or different times in the world. So I would love for you to share. Go ahead and share. If you're going to be making any adjustments to your social media interactions, and then also go ahead and share, what is it that you need regarding your self-care. And you might have to spend some time just dropping into your intuition and your gut feeling. Just feel into, what is it that you need that you're not doing yet, and go ahead and share that. Or maybe you're already doing it. Go ahead and share it and make the commitment to go ahead and do it. Remember that your self-care is super important. It's part of you showing up in the world as an empowered person, not drained and constantly depleted. You've got to keep your energy strong during times like this and all the time. So definitely leave your comments. I'm looking forward to reading the ideas of what you'll be doing for self-care. And I look forward to seeing you also in the next video. Also, lastly, if you need any further support regarding psychic protection, you can find that at my website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. Sending you lots of love.